And what's up, everybody? And this is Danny taking a look at the Ouya gaming console that is $99 and is built off the Android platform. And this was only available to the Kickstarter backers of prior, but now it is available to everybody in major markets. So I think the box says a lot here, and it says the little box inside this box has big dreams. And I think this is the most successful Kickstarter project and has now come to fruition. And this thing is being powered by an NVIDIA Tegra 3 quad-core processor with 1 GB of RAM, 8 GB of internal storage, and Wi-Fi built in. So let's go ahead and make a few incisions and dive into the box and see what comes with it. And sliding out the box is going to give you this cool red banner that says, "And so begins the revolution." And this is a little bit different from the Kickstarter version, but now this is the retail box. So let's go ahead and move that aside and see what comes with it. And we see the console right here, very small box. And we'll go ahead and move that to the side and see what else comes in the box. Also comes with the controller. And you can buy an extra controller, by the way, for $49. And let's see what else comes in the box. And here are some batteries for the controller itself. An HDMI cord, so we can go ahead and take this apart and see it's just a standard affair HDMI. And here is the AC power adapter, which is of the AC affair, no USB or anything. And it comes with the little instructional booklet, just in case you don't know how to start this thing, all your information and the website on the back. And there's nothing else in the box. So you can see there's a bunch of different stickers and wrap plastic. Take all that stuff off of there and you are greeted with the Ouya console. Very, very small, and I like the ergonomics of this thing. It's pretty cool. You see a big power button on the top there, and you can see some screws, and you see a HDMI, USB 2, micro USB, Ethernet, and the power that's right there. So pretty good amount of ports for a $99 gaming console. And on the back, you see the fan, which you can hear kick on when you're playing some graphically intensive games. And these screws here are meant to be taken apart because I guess you can do a little bit of tinkering with this. We'll see what happens in the future. And finally, here is the controller for the Ouya, and is very reminiscent of the Xbox 360 controller in ergonomics and shape, and it comes in a good looking silver and black package with some colored buttons here which spell Ouya. So a nice touch there, and you can see that there is an analog stick here on the right, and you can see the Ouya button or the U button there and the directional pads. And also there is another analog stick here on the left side. So dual analog sticks, very good there. And up top you have a touch sensitive pad there, so you can get a mouse cursor on the UI when you're there, and shoulder buttons and trigger buttons for all of your gaming needs. So picking this controller up, it feels pretty good ergonomically so far. All the buttons feel pretty tactile, but I won't know until I dive into this a little bit more and play a lot more games on it, and I'll let you know. I know there's been some complaints about the directional pad sticking a little bit, and I will confirm that in my gameplay video and full review. So these little pads here, or these little plastic plates, come right off on both sides. They expose the battery and put the provided batteries in, clip this right back in, and you are ready with your controller. And now we're ready to go to the console. And take your provided HDMI cord and put it right into the Ouya console. And then let's put the power to it with the AC adapter. And then basically what you need to do is take your HDMI cord and put it right to your TV. And as simple as that, you just hit this big power button that is on the top, and we're going to be ready to go. So the first thing I was greeted with was this Peria controller, and go ahead and hold that Ouya button down until the two middle LEDs are flashing. Pretty easy, and it will ask you for your Wi-Fi password since you need to connect to internet connectivity for software updates and everything else. And it was greeted with a software update, so let it do its thing, and then you will see that your Ouya is upgrading, and finally it will come to the splash screen. So we're going to be ready to go. So you do have to create a new account and put in your credit card information, which I didn't like, but there are prepaid cards you can get. I think they're $25 increments, so you can kind of avoid this step if you need to, but you still have to make an account. And here is the UI, and this was that UI that just got refreshed right before the launch, and it is pretty nice. I like it a lot, and you can see the featured part there, and VIP room, kill screens playlist, different little subsections that you can discover more games. And there are some exclusive games for the Ouya that you're going to find that you can't find on other consoles. And what's also awesome is there is a bunch of emulators here, NES and Super Nintendo and Genesis, everything that you can find. So I'll definitely test those out and make a separate video of that. And Genre Sandbox, which are some, preliminary games that aren't released quite yet. And you will find some popular Android games here like God of Blades, you will find Shadowgun, and a couple other ones. I was a little bit disappointed in the amount of games that are out right now, but I'm sure that that will change fairly quickly, hopefully, since more people are adopting this Ouya platform. And you can also search too, and I was searching for a few games, hoping that there would be a little bit more than this, but pretty much what you see is what you get. So let's go ahead and go into the systems here and look at the advanced tab. And now it looks a little bit more like Android, doesn't it? So let's go ahead and look at what Android version is running. So hopefully that modders will come out here and do a lot with this Ouya console and get some more things going with it. And it is running Android version 4.1.2 Jelly Bean, so that is pretty cool. So I just hope that we can get some regular apps running on this thing. You can sideload apps on this and sideload some games, but compatibility is kind of an issue right now. So I will keep you updated in the full review. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and look at some gameplay here. And this is your play tab once you have downloaded things. This is a game called Chronoblade. And this is a demo, and I thought this was kind of cool looking. And the graphics are pretty good, kind of a beat 'em up here. I just only played this for about 10 minutes, but I enjoyed the graphics, and I'll let you know what are some of my favorite games on the Ouya on my full review, or let me know which games that you'd want to see playing on the Ouya. So just first impressions here, it looks really good on a large screen TV compared to playing it on just your phone or mobile device. And here's another popular game that I saw a lot of people playing is Dub Wars. And this is a very interesting game, and it just basically works off of music and the beats here. And I really thought that this was very interesting because if you like dubstep music, then this is kind of a cool concept game where every time that the beat hits, that's how you are attacking. And I think that's a pretty cool concept. So take a look at this, and I'm just gonna let the gameplay run. And here is another popular game, God of Blades. And I play this very often on my smartphone. But it runs really well on here too. And it's just kind of a hack and slash type game, and it's very simple, but I like it, and it's available here, so I thought I'd show it to you, and it runs exactly the same as it does on your smartphone. So one of the most popular games, Shadowgun, is also here, but let me show you that when you go to get a full game, you can always get the demos for free, but now it'll show you funding the fun, and it'll show you that's $5. Some games are pretty expensive on here, but no real different than the Play Store. But I wish there was a way to connect your Android market stuff to the Ouya. That'd be very nice if you can just kind of transfer that. So here's some gameplay. It plays really smooth. You can see right here. So let me know what you want to see in the full review. I'm pretty impressed with the Ouya so far. It's all about game selection, I think, so far. And the hardware is pretty nice, and it's $99. So there's a lot of positives there. So what do you guys think about the Ouya? Are you going to purchase one, or are you just going to get something else? Because I know the Game Stick is coming out later. There's a lot of competition coming out later too. Or you can just hook up your smartphone with an HDMI cable. So that does it for me. Follow me on Twitter at SuperScientific, and I will see you in the next video.